Kids, let me tell you something you've probably never heard before. Something that you can take with you in your later life. Drugs are bad. Don't take that from me. Take that from Rodrigo Duterte. Instead, play Megabonk. It's cheaper and won't give you intracerebral hemorrhages or a bullet in your skull. The industry has yet again been embarrassed by yet another game developed by one guy, selling just 1 million copies in 2 weeks. Here, have some extra spaghetti. He was repeatedly told to delay it, seeing as Hades 2, Silksong and Borderlands 4 were all coming out about the same time. But this guy said fuck it and released it anyway. All done with no advertising that succeeded purely off of YouTube Shorts and word of mouth. Fuck it, have some even more spaghetti. Indie games developed by one guy are taking off. Schedule 1, Stardew Valley, Heartbound. Okay, not that one. And now, Megabonk. The name at first had me thinking it was something else, as bonk means something different in Herr Starmer's Airstrip 1, where that kind of material is restricted for about as long as it takes you to boot up Death Stranding or Gmod, or commit identity theft. Instead of a game where you sling crack, Megabonk is about as addictive as crack. The name actually sounds like a nickname for some kind of drugs, and so do most of the items. Some of the characters include a furry in a wizard hat, Bony Hawk, Giga Chad, Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, White Woman Spotted, the chimp that tore that woman's face apart, the Unabomber, Snow Bunny Mind Control, Ninja in Paris, and one of the guys from that Chernobyl program. Weapons include swinging your sword, throwing fireballs, shooting your bow, aura farming, zapping enemies like Hassan's dog, practicing your Second Amendment rights, leaving a trail of fire like Back to the Future, throwing bananas, acid attacks, violate the anti-personnel mine ban convention, and studying the blade. There are currently 2 levels with 3 tiers of progression for each one. You kill hordes of enemies, you fight the bosses, you dodge these red spheres like Randy Pitcher dodging responsibility. Completing tier 1 unlocks tier 2, and completing that unlocks tier 3. And at the end of tier 3 is the end level boss. It might seem tedious to repeat the same levels and fight the same bosses on every stage, but this isn't some Ghost of Yo-Yo Ma shit where you molest the touchpad to start a fire every time you make camp in that game. This game, being a roguelike, has different shrine placements, and each run earns you money to unlock more stuff and more characters. And playing with new characters and rolling out new items in the ethically sourced loot boxes keep things fresh every time. This game is all about besting your previous high score and unlocking more items and more weapons and slots to do better next time. In order to unlock new weapons and characters, you're encouraged to complete the game's achievements, meaning that you don't get locked into the same meta builds all the time, and actually entices you to try new things, new characters, and new builds. The boundaries in this game are meant to be smashed. This isn't like Ghost of Yogi Bear where you're locked into using specific weapons to counter the specific enemies that the game meticulously designed to confine you to. Kinda like Hassan's dog. Though no wonder when you've been designing your games so that even Darkside Phil can beat them. The progression is ridiculous, like a Fast and the Furious movie. You give this game 10 minutes and you go from an emotional one-on-one with your bro to nuking vaguely threatening RuneScape characters in spaceship rocket car. The typical progression of each stage is to spawn in an area, and then you have to find the boss portal. You find upgrades on the way, and the difficulty and the amount of enemies scale as you run out of time, and you can make a build so broken you can literally walk away and do something else. You can make a build that grants you temporary immunity from damage whenever you're damaged, and couple that with an item that constantly damages you, rendering you effectively immortal. You can up your critical hit rate so high that every hit is a critical. You can up your evasion rate so high nothing can actually hit you. You can spam so many bullet projectiles that the screen becomes so incomprehensible you may as well be watching a cam rip of a Michael Bay movie. And many, many more. Truth is, the indie games industry is shitting all over the AAA because they're making games focused on rewarding gameplay loops sold for reasonable prices. Just look at Borderlands 4. It's charging up to $130 and employed thousands of people to make it, which couldn't break even after 2.5 million sales. But if you complain to Randall Pitchfork that the game doesn't work properly, he'll tell you to make your own damn game. Well, this guy did. The AAA industry know they're in trouble, with the exception of Battlefield 6. Expedition 33 recently got snubbed for any of the Game of the Year entries by the Golden Joystick Awards. But why's that? Everyone loved that game. Oh, that's why. And any praise for it being developed by a much smaller team were met with, actually, and attempts at fact-checking. They released a DLC recently that they forgot to patch in the price. Meanwhile, Nintendo released a game from 2006 and won $30 to patch in the rest of the game. But you gotta go easy on the poor, impoverished, billion-dollar company with the biggest media franchise of all time. They need the money from this DLC to fund another lawsuit.
Oh, no.
Those patents aren't cheap. Future McDonald's employees still liked it though. Silksong was developed by 3 people, and some industry figures complain that its price was unfair on the rest of them. People are either under some kind of shock conditioning that they should pay more, or they're devs who don't like the competition. I'll let you decide. Vednad released Megabonk around the same time as Silksong and still made stacks of cash because he made a good game and not another Earthbound clone about depression and about how my dad didn't love me. But one of the most important things about this game's success is that this game will run on just about any PC. It'll run on Steam Deck. It could even probably run on the Switch too, meaning just about anyone can play this game. Where a lot of games will require you to have a Nvidia 5090 to run at a silky smooth 22 frames per second, and you turn your PC into the fucking Reichstag while doing it. Despite Randy claiming that the loot system is to get people addicted and reward the player, Megabonk actually does it well. The rewards are instant, and the power fantasy is real. It's no wonder the player count for Borderlands 4 is dropping harder than crypto. And despite players having to refinance their homes to buy on release, Megabonk is only going up, even a month after release. Once upon a time, I fell victim to a marketing scam. I bought Alien Colonial Marines on launch, and I then bet it all on Duke Nukem Forever. I lost big, and became homeless for a number of years. This man has since put Borderlands 4 on sale after a month, despite saying he wouldn't. He withheld bonuses from employees after he overspent on Borderlands 3. The culprit remains at large.